Hello and welcome back, or welcome. I am Lorna, aka Book Lover Lorna, and we are here to chat all things books. Now you can tell from the title of this video, this is my June wrap up. So all of the books that I've read in June, apart from I don't actually have one of them here because I lent it to a friend and I just don't know where the book is. So that one's gone walkies, but it's fine, it'll come back to me eventually. So I'm going to take you through the books that I've read this month, which ones I've given what star rating. Now, just to start this off, I did aim to read 8 books in June because I read 8 books in May. Obviously because I'm at home at the moment, I'm still on furlough. So thankfully still have a job, but on furlough. I think to myself, I should be able to read a lot more, but I've also, you know, been playing a lot of Animal Crossing and exercising a lot, and these things all eat up your time, so I haven't done quite as much reading as I wanted to. I had quite a good stint at the beginning of June, and then towards the end I just did not want to read. I think it's because the books that I was supposed to be reading within the month just required a lot of brain power from me, and I just couldn't cope with it at the time. So Pride and Prejudice and The Hunting Party I didn't actually finish in June. Those were supposed to be the 2 that were in this stack. But that's okay, I'll just finish them in the next month. It's not the end of the world, is it, when I finish the books. So, like I say, I was supposed to read 8 books this month. I have finished the month on 7, which is still an outstanding month for me because when I'm at work I usually read four books a month. So 7 is still really good, it's just not an even number, which is kind of annoying. But that's just my little particular tendencies. Anyway, of the 7 books that I've read, it was a good reading month. I didn't read a single book that I disliked or was a bit meh on. I did really enjoy them all. So, the 4-star books that I've read, so what I would rate as 4 stars, are 5 Feet Apart by, I've just dropped all the books. So, a 4-star book that I've read is 5 Feet Apart by Rachel Lippincott? 5 Feet Apart, which has been made into a film, and I have watched it. The same scene that was in the book that made me cry was the same part on the movie that made me cry. I was like, it's getting a bit steamy in here. Oh yeah, it was a bit sad. But I honestly couldn't tell you, you know, there was only one thing that I really noticed that was missing from the movie from the book, even though, you know, it's a very thin book. But I did really enjoy it, and to be honest, you know, it's one of those things people say, what's the book or the movie better? Obviously the book is always going to be, you know, it comes before the movie, so it's always going to be slightly better, but actually in the way that they were portrayed, you know, I wouldn't really say that there was much difference between them all. So 5 Feet Apart was one of the first books that I read, which I gave 4 stars to. The 3rd book in the Spinster series, What's a Girl Gotta Do by Holly Bourne. This one I read at the beginning of the month and I also gave 4 stars to. I didn't like it as much as the 2nd book, which is How Hard Can Love Be? But I liked it a lot more than the first one, which is Am I Normal Yet? And I think it just kind of rounded the trilogy off quite nicely. This is a very floppy version of this book. It has no structure. So yeah, that was another 4-star read this month. And then my biggest book of the month, also another 4-star read, was The 1+1 by Jojo Moyes, a book that I've been putting off reading for so long just because of the size of it. Just because it was big, I was like, I don't want to read it because I don't like reading big books. I find them so daunting, and I like to I feel like they take forever to read, and they do because I avoid reading them. They wouldn't take long to read if I didn't avoid them. Hey ho. But I did really quite like this. I thought it was a really nice story. Not what I was expecting, like, at all. I must have not read the blurb, but I was like, oh, it's just kind of a bit different to Jojo Moyes' usual stories. So that was a 4-star read for the month, of The 1+1. So my reread for the month, which I would give 5 stars, because we're now to the 5-star section. Catching Fire by Suzanne Collins, which is the 2nd book in the Hunger Games trilogy. I'm looking forward to reading Mockingjay and A Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes this month, or what month? July or August. I'm really enjoying rereading it, way more than I think I enjoyed it when I read it the first time, and I just think my editions are just so pretty that it makes me so happy when I'm reading them. Remember who the real enemy is, guys. So that was a 5-star read. Now, the book that I don't have here, which I gave 5 stars to and I absolutely love, possibly my favourite book of the month. Was bold statement. I don't know. But I did really enjoy it, and I spent the whole book going, oh my god, no. As I was reading it on the sofa, my friend was like, are you okay? Like, is it really that good? Which is why she's now reading it, was The Family Upstairs by Lisa Jewell. I've seen lots of people say that they love that book, but there's also a lot of people who are like, I didn't like it. I've said before, I'm not really a thriller person, but I actually quite enjoyed it. I like Lisa Jewell's thrillers. So it was quite a good read for me. The Family Upstairs by Lisa Jewell. Now, with my new fascination for Holly Martin books, this month I've also read and given both of them 5 stars. The Cottage on Sunshine Beach and Coming Home to Maple Cottage. These are the second and third books to the Sandcastle Bay series. The first one is called Holiday Cottage by the Sea, and then it's Cottage on Sunshine Beach, and then it's Coming Home to Maple Cottage. I just love her books so much. You know, they're just so simple and heartwarming and romantic, and you just want to go and live in the little villages that all these people live in. That's all I can say, really. They're lovely, heartwarming reads. And I've got a few of her other books to read: Spring at Blueberry Bay and Summer at Buttercup Beach. I'm not sure if I've got complete trilogies, because most of her books are set in kind of like certain towns, and there's like a trilogy to them. She has got a lot of standalones as well, but I've got a lot of her reading to do. I'm very much enjoying it, so that's good. I love Holly Martin. Woo! So those are the books that I've read in June. 7 books in total, an awful lot of pages, but I loved each and every book, so that's really good. Let me know down below what you read in June. I'd love to hear it, and what your thoughts are on the books that you read. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you all soon. Bye!